Hi everybody, it's the Ruthless Jobber here. Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 7 of our TEW IX series of the Invasion angle. It is Monday the 4th of June 2001. Kick off with a couple of pre-show matches. World Championship Wrestling featuring Mark Jindrak, Sean Stasiak and Buff Bagwell take on K-Quick and the Dudley Boys. A pre-show bout that had decent reaction from the crowd but subpar wrestling. It's K-Quick and the Dudleys getting the win. In 12 minutes 29, Devon Dudley pinned Sean Stasiak. 51 wrestling, 53 crowd, 58 overall. Just a pre-show match to sort of get a few guys on the card, nothing more than that. Another pre-show match, thought we'd have Booker T in some action as he takes on Rikishi. Decent pre-show match, Booker T defeated Rikishi in 12 minutes 3 seconds by submission. 63 wrestling, 69 crowd, 69 overall. We are obviously going to use Booker T in a much bigger capacity pretty soon, feature him a lot more. The WCW guys are still kind of just thereabouts, in dribs and drabs. They're going to be sort of in the ring a lot more often, but it's kind of like a subtle invasion, I guess, at the moment, where they're just kind of interfering in matches. There's a couple of occasions when they will take on guys in the ring, but I think we're pretty much ready now. Certainly after King of the Ring, the WCW guys will be taking on WWF guys, a lot more in-ring action, and people like Booker T are going to feature quite a lot. The last pre-show match is Chaz Warrington taking on Rob Van Dam. Chaz was just one of the jobbers that we've sort of signed and wanted to get Rob Van Dam in some action. And of course it's RVD getting the win. This was a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. RVD won in 9 minutes 44 by pinfall. 53 wrestling, 55 crowd, 63 overall. And Chaz Warrington obviously got a gimmick, but I mean, he's a jobber. It's not really going to mean anything to us. I will have a quick look though, just to see if there are any sort of bonuses. No, but lots of potential penalties. All right, let's get into the main show. We kick off backstage. I need a picture for Chris Benoit. I didn't realise that. Yeah, we kick off backstage with Steve Austin and Triple H, our singles titles holders. And they're kind of like just being a bit arrogant, and maybe they're a bit like they're quite happy today. They're like really sort of hyped. Steve Austin's like sort of walking through the building. I'm the champion. I'm still the champion. I'm the best in the business. Kind of being a little bit arrogant. Chris Benoit then decides to sort of get in Steve Austin's face. This is the only reason you got that belt is because you haven't taken anyone with any sort of decent wrestling ability so far. How about taking on someone like me? So it's just basically getting in Austin's face. But then he gets punished for it. He gets beaten up by Austin and Triple H. We have started a storyline here between Austin and Benoit. This was the way I wanted to do it. And yeah, we've got a rating of 88 for the angle, so I am pleased with that one. Lots of really high ratings there and loads of green. So yeah, you really got to be pleased with that one. The Hardy Boys take on Glenn Osborne and Michelle Starr. Another just couple of jobbers that we've taken on. Wanted to get the Hardys on the card. Trying to use tag teams as much as we can. The tag team division in this mod is a little bit better than the WCW, but it's still not quite. There's not many teams really, sort of certainly not at the top level. So yeah, we're really just sort of working hard. I mean, I don't really know, to be honest, what to do about tag team divisions. Quite often, I tend to just they do kind of hang around in the mid card, and sort of when they get over. They split up and I have them as singles wrestlers. That's kind of where the bread and butter is. But it would be nice to have a couple of top tag teams. But this was our Wild Brawl match. Terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. The Hardy Boys got the win in 4 minutes 46 when Matt Hardy pinned Michelle Starr. 43 wrestling, 35 crowd, 46 overall. I wasn't expecting much, but maybe something better than that would have been nice. Obviously, the two new jobbers have got their gimmick changes. We'll just have a quick look to see if there's anything. I mean, we're not using them, but a couple of bonuses for Glenn Osborne, but nothing for Michelle Starr there. Okay, let's move on. Kane cuts a promo on Sting and Scott Steiner. Obviously, Kane was interrupted last week as he was trying to get his revenge on Sting, but Sting gave him Scott Steiner instead to take on, and then Sting came in and interfered. So this is an interview segment with Gene Okerlund. Scott Steiner and Sting then come out and they suggest a tag team match. There's two of us. There's one of you. Get yourself a partner, and you can take us both on tonight. I don't know what I did here. Kane says he. It's probably meant to be he will or he'll. I don't know what I wrote there, but he'll reveal his partner later tonight. 68 overall, yeah, not anything special. I'm not sure whether Kane can kind of do it on the mic. Scott Steiner probably isn't the best diver, so kind of relying on Sting and Gene Oakland a little bit there. Chris Jericho gets an Intercontinental Championship opportunity against champion Triple H. And Chris Jericho gets the win in 16 minutes 41 when Triple H was disqualified when Kevin Nash ran in to attack Chris Jericho. So Jericho gets the win, but Triple H keeps the belt. And this is just to keep the Jericho and Kevin Nash storyline going. As you probably guessed, the storyline gained heat as well. I mean, a really good match, actually. I'm pleased with this one. 86 wrestling, 85 crowd, 82 overall. Yeah, very pleased with that. So a couple of green comments there as well. I mean, not too much, but wow. I mean, that's an awesome match. Pleased with that one. And then post-match, sort of Kevin Nash, after he's attacked Jericho, kind of gets off to the side, goes back up the ramp. He's got a mic in his hand, turns around, just cuts a promo on Jericho. Again, I don't tend to script these things. Sometimes I go into a little bit of detail, but it's basically I'm kind of just playing the game here. And yeah, we get a rating of 75 as Kevin Nash tries to develop this story a little bit more and cuts a promo on Chris Jericho. We then got a video segment of kind of like a menacing sort of video, a promo video of Rhino. I was kind of, I just needed a couple of more segments, and this was one of them that I just put in. I kind of used all our top stars, so kind of had to delve into the mid card and the undercard a little bit. I do like Rhino. I would like to push Rhino. At the moment, he's not there, but he was just kind of the guy I just thought, do you know what? He's our hardcore champion. He's got some menace. Let's put him in some, in a promo video. Rate him on intimidation. Got 63, so nothing special, but it's not completely awful. Kai and Tai take on Right to Censor. Another example here of where we don't have sort of many tag teams. We're running out of matchups, actually, in our tag team division. Might just cut it down to sort of one tag team per show now. I don't want to do that, but it's just not many tag teams to sort of go around. But we've got a terrible match here. Right to Censor defeated Kai and Tai in 8 minutes 49 when the Good Father pinned Taka Michinoku after using a foreign object. So he did have to cheat. 46 wrestling, 38 crowd, 57 overall. I mean, yeah, the tag team matches are going to let us down until we get, possibly a couple of stars and major star tag teams. Kurt Angle is, he's got a match next, but here he just kind of, before his match, he cuts a bit of a promo. It's a self-promo. He's just talking about as he's the current king. He's the current king of WWF, the king of the ring, and, he'll be defending his title. He has no worries about being able to win the tournament at the end of this month again and continue his reign as king. We haven't really used that. I think this mod started just before this King of the Ring, so I think what I'll do is I'll have to think about it, and depending on who wins and what kind of character they are. I want to play with that a little bit more. As I say, I haven't decided who's going to win it yet, but depending on who it is, yeah, we might have a bit of a sort of year-long kind of character as someone literally taking the whole king thing literally and taking it, as far as he can. But a 75 rating for this one. And Kurt Angle, in his match, he takes on Dean Malenko. I thought I'd get a couple of guys here that can really sort of work. I was going to do it as a technical masterclass, but I decided against it because of where it's placed on the card. A bout that had good heat and decent wrestling. Kurt Angle defeated Dean Malenko in 13 minutes 56 by submission. The match was designed to tell a specific story. 71 wrestling, 73 crowd, and 78 overall. I thought I had someone run in and attack Malenko, but maybe I didn't. Or am I just misremembering and I've got something coming up post-match? There we go. Lance Storm comes in and attacks Dean Malenko. Doesn't do too much damage to him, but comes in, attacks him. Just, don't forget I'm here. Don't forget you're my target. You're my WWF target. Just, keep watching your back because the next attack might be a little bit more damaging to you. 67 overall, but the storyline gained heat, which is what it's all about. Kane announces The Rock as his tag team partner. I could have done a little bit more build up to this, and I could have really had it as a massive surprise. But I think we had Sting. I mean, it would be a massive surprise, to the in inverted commas crowd that are in the audience here and crowd watching on TV. Yeah, I could have done a bit more build up, but kind of just decided to go this way. Kane announces The Rock We all knew he was going to come back. We all knew. I don't know if anyone sort of would have realised that this was the date or this was around the time he would have come back. But yeah, so get him on the card straight away. Let's get some ratings boosts. So he then cuts a promo on Scott Steiner and Sting, and about how the WWF, are in safe hands with The Rock around, and we'll start tonight by getting a victory over Steiner and Sting. 81 overall, and the storyline gained heat. Yeah, Kane does struggle, doesn't he? Mind you, it says The Rock struggled going off script. Come on. Eddie Guerrero takes on William Regal. This is a King of the Ring quarter final. Yeah, I was going to use this one as the last quarter final, actually, kind of have it as like the big sort of. I was even thinking about having it as the main event. Wouldn't have done awful, but I decided against doing it last. Yeah, I've got reasons. I kind of messed up a little bit when I built the card, and I'd had all the other guys involved in the King of the Ring already booked. So decided to go for this one. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Eddie Guerrero defeated William Regal in 10 minutes 22 by pinfall. This was, it could go all out and try to, this is a steal the show match actually, so whether that helped, possibly. Yeah, King of the Ring quarterfinal, Eddie Guerrero goes through, 77 rating for the wrestling. The crowd rating was 66. Overall, 81. It's looking half decent so far. I'm pleased with the ratings at the moment. And then we get a pre-match promo from The Rock and Kane. This is specific to Scott Steiner and Sting, whereas the last one, I guess, was more Rock, just trashing the whole of WCW, really. We beat you once, we beat you again. But this is sort of specific promo. Kane, again, struggled without a script, but The Rock didn't this time. Yeah, and 81 rating. Pleased with that. Let's go into the main event then. What are we going to get? 81 again? Okay. Maybe would have liked something a little bit more when you think of The Rock. I can only think. I don't know who let us down. No one really let us down. Kane possibly with the lowest rating. The Rock with a 91, but a bout that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. Kane and The Rock defeated World Championship Wrestling Sting and Scott Steiner in 17 minutes 13 when Scott Steiner was disqualified when Diamond Dallas Page ran in and attacked The Rock. During the match, we also had Lance Storm run in and attack The Rock and Ric Flair attack Kane. So yeah, just the WCW doing their thing at the moment, just getting involved, just interfering. But it does give the victory to the WWF guys. Didn't want a clean win here, way too early for anything like that in a matchup like this. Yeah, wrestling 80, crowd 91, 81 segment rating overall. Post-show, of course we're going to have post-show. Oh, by the way, that last segment had a creative finish fail, which was a shame. Might have affected the rating a little bit, but I'm sure it would have done. Yeah, post-match, you probably knew what was coming. It's a post-match brawl with all the guys that were sort of involved here. They kind of brawl to the back, or eventually they're split up by road agents. Unfortunately, the storyline lost heat. 71 rating overall. What do we get for the show? I'm expecting something half decent. 81, yeah. Could have gained popularity in 4 oceanic regions, but we didn't. But we did gain popularity in 4 regions. Yeah, happy with that. Financial report, 300,000. Again, that's all good stuff. Popularity recap, yeah, gaining in some, I'm going to say odd areas. They're not odd areas, but, the US is where we want to gain, but we're already really high. Let's have a look backstage. Okay, let's check the emails. Billy Kidman wants to come onto the full roster. So does Brock Lesnar. Yes, of course, he's around. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm ready to bring him up yet. Probably not, because I'm trying to keep this invasion relatively, despite the fact I've got people like Kevin Nash and Sting involved, I'm trying to keep it relatively era specific. So Brock Lesnar, when did he come in? Late 2002, 2003? Yeah, but of course he'd be awesome, but I'd be really pushing him, and that would kind of be a story in itself. And at the moment, I'm telling the invasion story, so it's got to be worth thinking about. But yeah, not sure yet. D'Lo Brown as well. I'm not really interested in bringing him up at the moment. Drug test feeds and viewing figures for Raw. In fact, while we're here, I don't really look at much backstage. Just give that quick save, even though I probably don't need to. Let's have a look at our show history. I'm only interested in Raw. I don't think we can narrow it down to Raw, can we? We can only events only, TV only. I just wanted to look at. I mean, I'm not bothered about the B shows, but where are we kind of? I wanted to look at sort of TV. So at 1.09, 2.50, 2.51, 2.20, and 2.50 again. All right. I mean, that's good. I'm pleased with that. It's kind of sticking around the area. There was that one there that was 2.20. Don't know why, but okay, fine. I guess that's it, isn't it, for backstage stuff? We need 3 storylines at hot or above. We're definitely going to have that. So a rapid challenge. I mean, this is the only non-invasion storyline I've got at the moment, and the reason for that really is Steve Austin's a heel, and all the WCW guys are a heel. So I don't want him full on in the invasion yet. I mean, he will be. I don't plan on turning him though. We'll just have some heel on heel action. But at the moment, I want to kind of just stick him facing other WWF guys, other faces. So we have as well following orders. That one's cold. That's a shame, but it's an undercard storyline. Kane's revenge is hot. Yeah, I did put the Hardys in that, didn't I? We haven't really used, the tag teams. So something to think about. Definitely something to think about. Possibly for the next Raw, we'll involve them somewhere. Mick's Ruin Party. I haven't actually done the Mick Foley party segment of this storyline, so that kind of doesn't make sense anymore. But you know what the storyline is, and that's cold. Yeah, I mean, I know we didn't use it. We didn't use it on the show I've just booked. Yeah, kind of need to do something with that on the next show, really. Over the Walls, Chris Jericho, Kevin Nash. Hugh Morris is kind of Kevin Nash's dog's body. Try and get him involved as well. Take the big man down. Yeah, we have got Booker T in a story. It's a little cold. I think we definitely need to do something on that at the next Raw as well then. And Wrong Place, Wrong Time was Guerrero and Steiner. That's a little cold as well. Yeah, definitely need to. There's a few storylines there I know I didn't use. Maybe even haven't even used for a couple of weeks. So yeah, definitely kind of use them at the next Raw. That's it, I guess, for this episode. The Rock is back. Quite what I'm going to do with him in terms of SummerSlam and well, certainly King of the Ring as well, and the next sort of couple of pay-per-views. I don't know yet. Yes, he's involved in the storyline in the invasion story, but he's not in a story specific. If you get what I mean. Sting's obviously. I could just add him to the one with Sting and Kane, but I didn't want to go that route. I'll think of something. We'll have maybe even put him as a minor role in all of the storylines. That might work. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.